and now you know what this video is about. Today I thought I'd give you guys a look at what action figures I still have, what toys I still have from my childhood. And being that there's a lot, let's get into it. There's a lot to show off here, a lot of good stuff. To start off with, and because I didn't think to sort this out ahead of time, we have the Talking Turtles action figures. And there's Donatello. I have the full set. These, if you didn't know how they work, you would put a plastic ribbon down in through here, pull it out, and they would have a bit of a saying. The ribbons themselves, they broke over time. They got all messed up, chewed up, what have you, and I threw them out because they were kind of useless to me after that. The molds are rather nice. The figures are in good shape, and they all have their own unique head mold. And I do like these figures. Some of my favorites. To go along with all the Ninja Turtle figures I have, we have, actually another one of my favorites is Donatello with a backpack. I don't know what they called these ones, but you can open up his shell, and inside you carry his weapons. Being the only one that I have left is the Ninja Star because it held so well in there. But I do like the details on this guy as well. Second, I'll get all these kind of in order here because there's quite a few of them. Okay. I have, there we are. I have the original Splinter. I don't have his belt, so his little cloth clothing will just come right off if you let it. You'll notice he doesn't have his hand. A lot of these figures, they just eventually broke over time, or I lost pieces to them, and that was one of them. So, no more hand. What I did do is if I lost a hand on one guy, and the figure of the other one was just, you couldn't really salvage it, I would put them together to try and complete a figure. This guy is a gimmick turtle, so yeah, like I said, you have a Donatello wrist on a Michelangelo. This guy's a gimmick turtle, so what you do is if he had a weapon or anything in his hand, you would spin this, and his wrist would move, and he'd flail about, just to kind of give you a bit of a show. I do like the face sculpt on this guy. It's kind of unique, where he's just sticking his tongue out. I have, to continue with the Michelangelos, I have the original Michelangelo. I've lost his belt, I've lost all his weapons, but I have the figure. Oh, and I've lost his wrist. Playing with this one, the wrist got broken inside, or the peg, rather, got broken inside the wrist. So I did glue it, but as soon as you turn the wrist, it would break again. So I kind of considered it a lost cause. But there he is. I have a foot soldier. I found this guy at a secondhand store as is, so I picked him up. Nice to have one. At least one. I have this guy. I don't for the life of me remember his name. I put the shredder hand on this guy to complete him. Though I do have a shredder, but I don't know where for the life of me, I don't know where he got to because he wasn't in the box with the rest of them, which is kind of odd. But I do like the detail on this guy. But the strange thing is, I don't know his name, and I do know a lot of the old obscure guys, characters from the shows and the toy line. But for the life of me, I don't know this guy's name. If anybody does know this guy's name, let me know because I think he deserves a name. Really, really nice figure, really well detailed. And the nice thing too is, if you turn his head, his jaw will kind of move because it's on a bit of a joint. So he's got that going for him, which is kind of neat. I have a picture slash batter Raphael, another gimmick turtle. His thing was, if you push this, his upper body would move, but it doesn't work. Though I do like the detail on this guy, and the color is still rather nice. He's got a T on his hat. So, yep, that's that guy. And the last two I thought I'd share for last because they're both my favorites. This is the Samurai Leonardo. I absolutely adore the detail on this guy. Though, of course, I don't have any of his weapons anymore. Though, to go along with that guy, I actually have a Usagi Yojimbo figure. He's kind of go along with this guy. He's kind of a samurai too, I think. Though I don't know what his gimmick is or why he looks like this. But he's like some sort of cyber samurai kind of look to him. As far as weapons go, I have these from a Ninja Turtles kind of board game, and they work rather well for these figures, though they are a little oversized. I think the cape I got from the Shredder figure, but I put it on this guy because it just totally adds to his look. I just he owns this cape. It looks awesome on him, so it's his now. So those are my turtle figures. As far as rides, I have this, and I have this. They are both broken in their own way. This guy's missing a wheel. This guy is missing, or the piece to hold the handlebars on is gone, but the figures, or the rides themselves are in good condition. And this guy has a little thing where he does that. Moving right along, we have G.I. Joe. I had a lot more of the vehicles growing up, but due to room constraints, I had to be rid of them, except for this one because it's compact, though it is broken in some pieces. The figures themselves are in good shape. Minus this guy, he has a really wobbly hand or arm. But being that I only ever really sat these guys down in the vehicles, the joints on them are still really stiff, which is really cool for considering how old these are. These two being my favorites. This one being my first one I ever had, which is always special. Though this guy, look-wise, is just awesome. I love the detail, and the color on this guy just pops really well. So those are my G.I. Joes. And this guy. Did I show this guy? There's that guy. Next up is my Beetlejuice figures from the movie. This guy on your right or left. These two. Those were second-hand figures, so they are incomplete. Though all these guys have a gimmick. I'll go through them one by one. This guy, his neck, he'll shoot up because of the switch on his back, and his head will pop off, giving you a snake face from the movie. We have this guy, which is incomplete. His head spins, does a 360. There you go. And this guy being the one not from the movie, he has a bit of a boater kind of look to him. If you crunch his legs together, his hands will raise, and he's got some octopus kind of tendrils sticking out of his head. And last, but really rather first, because this was my first one, is what I always thought was more of a taxi driver kind of look to him. I don't know what his gimmick was in the movie. I always assumed he looked more like a taxi driver, the way he, that's just me. But again, his head pops off, got a bit of an eyeball look to him, and he's got all these little bits and pieces skewering him front and back. And those are the Beetlejuice figures. I have a few Star Trek figures. These two being from First Contact. Uh, I'll show you the articulation on these. It was really impressive, I think, because I didn't expect much. But he has a knee joint, he has a swivel just above the knee, and he has the same thing going where he has an elbow joint and he has a swivel just above the elbow. And they're both like that. I do like these figures. First and only ones I've ever owned, and I like them. About a year later or so, I got a Beverly Crusher from, I think Playmates was doing these. She has the same articulation on the arms, but all she has for legs is just the knee joint. But there's that. And to the random knickknacks that I have. Troll. Color changer. If you don't know, these are the ones where you put them under the water, hot and cold, and they change colors. Is it color changer now, or was that the name that I went with? Because I know they changed the name of these. Because I think they're actually still around. I have California Raisin, because that was a thing. It was a fun thing. I have Fozzie Bear, I don't know why. I have a whole bunch of these McDonald's little toy scooters where you push them down and they drive off. I have a Woodstock there, like you saw. I have a Mary McCheese, though the wheels on this one are all gunked up and they don't spin. This one just doesn't spin. This one does half decent, but that one's jammed for life. So he's just a showpiece. Now, I have the Super Mario 3, the Goomba and the Mario. Let's see if we can get this guy to jump. And there he goes. And he hit my computer. But it's okay. And of course, the Batman. Last but not least, we have this guy. I don't know who he is. I figure he's a Smurf. I've called him a Smurf for all these years. I don't know who he is. I don't know why he looks the way he looks. But if anybody does know, let me know. I've had this guy for ever. And I think at this point he probably deserves a name. So if he doesn't have a name, why not make one up for him? And I'll use it. You know, be creative, I guess. So yeah. There's that. Lastly, assuming I didn't miss out on anything, we have these guys. No, wait, no, I did miss one more thing. Micro Machines. The most terrible thing to use at the playground because they will be lost easy. That's why I only have 2 left. I do like this one. It's a tank, as you can see. It used to light up when you push down on the wheels, and it would make a noise. I do like the look of this for the size of it. I do like the paint job. Now, lastly. If I can find them. There they are. These guys I saw at a collector's table that they set up in the mall, I guess yearly. And they say these are from the 70s, these little cars. It's the same thing where you would push them across the ground, or you pull them back and they'd shoot off. Except these guys are robots as well. You'd swing the arms out and you'd pull the head up. They're very basic. This guy's head is all mangled, but the way these would work is they would run along on these little stubby white gimmicks on the bottom here, like this. I've seen 4 of them. I only had the 3. I saw a 4th one on the collector's table. These guys, the stickers on these guys have held up rather well, amazingly well for stickers around me. And here's the 3rd one that I have, which is an airplane. Which, these are fun. And this one that I showed you first off, being a saucer of some sort. This guy, I don't know where he came from. I don't know if he's from anything in particular. but he's the same thing where you would run across the ground. Thing with this guy is you pop him up, and he would have missiles in his gut. Though of course they don't move, they're just for show. But I do like the look of him otherwise. Again, though, I don't know where he's from. Anyways, that's all I got. I hope you appreciate it. Hope you liked it. Hope you enjoyed it. And as always, I don't know how to end my videos, so we'll just end it with thank you for watching. By all means, if you have time, go back and watch any of my other videos. They're as random and as fun as these. And I will see you for my next video. Whatever it may be. Whatever random nonsense I come up with next. Alright. Thank you. And till next time. Bye.